Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. So, like promised, I'm going to be reading the poem that I wrote just a few minutes ago. It is titled Even in the Dark. And what it is about is my struggle with wanting to live, my struggle with self-harm, my struggle with just trying to find a reason to hold on. And I know that I'm not the only one who has struggled with this. And so I do pray and I hope that this poem, this video, reaches someone who maybe they're struggling with the same thing. Maybe you're finding it difficult to carry on. Maybe you can't think of a reason to live. And I want you to know that things can get better, and that hope is something that you should have, because life is full of, yes, pain, but also beautiful moments that are filled with joy. And I know those difficult moments can feel so heavy on your heart, and they can feel so heavy to carry, but don't give up, please. So brothers and sisters, I'm going to read this to you. Like I said, it's titled Even in the Dark. There have been nights when suicide sounded less like a decision and more like an escape, a quiet door I desperately wanted to walk through because I was tired of carrying everything behind it. I have known darkness. I have known trauma that left fingerprints on my soul, addiction that promised comfort and collected pieces of me as payment, loneliness that made a crowded room feel completely empty. I have battled my own mind, fought thoughts I never asked for, wrestled with memories I wish I could bury, and loved people who became memories themselves. I have lost people, I have lost relationships, I have lost pieces of who I thought I was, and there were moments where I wondered if there was anything left worth saving. But somehow, there was. Not always a miracle, not always a sunrise. Sometimes it was something smaller. A laugh I didn't expect, a song that made me move again, a warm cup of coffee on a morning I almost didn't want, a cat curled beside me, a stranger's kindness, a verse of scripture that found me when I couldn't find myself, a memory that once only hurt, suddenly making me smile because beneath the pain there was still love. Maybe that's where joy hides, not outside the darkness waiting for us to become perfect, but inside it in the little pieces of light we somehow carried with us. Even my darkest memories contain moments I wouldn't trade away. The people I lost still taught me how deeply I could love. The pain I survived reminds me that I'm still here. The nights I thought would destroy me became nights I eventually survived. And maybe surviving isn't always about feeling strong. Maybe sometimes it is simply saying, I'm still here. One more breath, one more morning, one more prayer, one more chance to discover something beautiful I couldn't see yesterday. I don't want to pretend suicide isn't real. It is. The darkness is real, the pain is real, but so is this. A life can change after the worst chapter. A broken heart can beat again. A wounded soul can laugh again. A person who once wanted to disappear can someday become grateful they stayed. So if all I can do today is hold on, then I will hold on. Not because everything is okay, but because maybe tomorrow will contain a moment that today's pain cannot yet imagine. And maybe someday I will look back at the darkest memories of my life and realize even there, God had left a little light. So that's what I wrote, brothers and sisters, when it comes to just my struggle of wanting to live. My struggle of trying to find a reason to wake up in the morning. Trying to find a reason for me to not give up. And so I just pray this reaches someone who understands and can relate to what I struggle with. So thank you, brothers and sisters, for listening. God bless you guys and have a wonderful afternoon. Peace.